What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we have got we've actually got another double upload. See, when I'm on holiday, like, these double uploads just keep coming at you like pow pow pow. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about why I personally don't want Underground 3. It's a really dodgy topic. If some people will instant dislike when they see this video, they go like, "Oh Cam, fuck you, I want Underground 3. If Underground 3 doesn't happen, it's all your fault for that one video you made. You can go fuck yourself." But yeah, like, everyone knows I love Underground. You know, the whole series, from 1 to 2, the games were amazing, and I am up there with the biggest admirers for the Underground, series. Like, I think I am a big fan. That is a general consensus. I'm a big fan. But in now our day and age, I simply don't want it anymore. Do I want an Underground inspired game? Yeah. But do I want a sequel to Underground 2? No. And I'm going to explain why in this video. This is something that I've touched upon in previous videos and a few other things, but I haven't really made a full-on dedicated video talking about why I personally believe Underground 3 shouldn't exist, just straight up. So before you dislike the video, just please watch, and if you go on to disagree with me, sure, go ahead and dislike, man, it's cool, I don't mind. But just hear what I've got, just hear me out and hear what I've got to say. Because, maybe you might agree with a few things I've got to say in here. So, yeah, let's get straight into the video. So, sales-wise, if a game was called Underground 3, it would sell amazingly, no doubt. But that's not what would, in my opinion, would make an amazing Underground 3. Black Box are dead. Long live the king. The king is dead. They died many years ago, and I think this is something that everyone is still slowly getting over, to be honest. I mean, games aren't living up to the expectations that Black Box once set. And I think, with Ghost, they are a very capable developer. But no one, and I repeat, not one developer, ever in any field has done what Black Box has done. They released racing games that were made in between a year, and arguably are the best racing games made of all time. They did something that is genuinely an absolute feat. Like, some of the things they did while they were active, unreal, absolutely unreal. So at Ghost, I admire them, a lot for what they were doing. They've taken a two-year development cycle, two-year break, or a year break from Need for Speed, and they've taken this 2-year development cycle to try to make the game better. They're listening to fans, they're doing this, they're doing that. But Ghost is not Black Box, and I'm not afraid to say that. Ghost isn't Black Box. No developer's Black Box. Ivory Tower isn't Black Box. Playground Games aren't Black Box. No. Black Box was special in their own right, and in my opinion, they are the best developer, ever. Ghost have still got something to prove. Rivals, for 3 months development time, was a great game, but in terms of an actual long Need for Speed which will last, nah, it really wasn't, and they know that. There's no need for me to say that. They've got things to prove to become better than Black Box, and do I think it's going to happen? Honestly, I don't, because Black Box made some of the best Need for Speeds of all time. Do I have faith that Ghost could make some of the best Need for Speed of all time? But yeah, of course I do. But I've kind of got to see what happens at Need for Speed 2015 first. So number one is that no developer is like Black Box. They can't replicate the amazing, gameplay mechanics they had, the story, maybe the story, but overall they just can't copy Black Box and be Black Box. Like, it just can't happen. That's reason number one. Just companies can't be Black Box, because they were just truly special. Like, they really were a special developer. So that's point number one. No developer can be Black Box. Okay, the second reason is the OTT customization. Now, I'm up for adding bumpers, spoilers, spinners, what else? But just general body customization, rims that are like 25-inch rims on a Lambo. I'm up for that, that's cool. But adding subwoofers into your boot of the car, I think that time has passed. The time to add subwoofers into your car and the time to do these certain things. I think neon still has a place in Need for Speed and Need for Speed generally, but I think the time for SUVs with big spinners on and subwoofers in the back. I think all that time has passed. I think that was a real 2004 thing. I think that time has passed. I don't think it would suit the modern Need for Speed. Now, was it great for the time? Of course it was. But I think we all need to learn just to kind of move on because times change. And I think a lot of the tuner fans especially, they're going to say, oh, Cam, fuck you, this is what I dislike. But really, think about it, like who does that? Who does that? Be honest, you know. And I think as for a tuner-only game, again, that was a 2004 thing. I would love, like, it's something I'd personally love to have in a Need for Speed game again, just a tuner-only game. That would be perfect, for me, personally. But is it going to happen? Nah, it's not. It's really not. They need to cater to all tastes, you know. You've got the exotics, you've got the tuners, you've got the muscle car guys, and they need to cater to every single taste. And they can't do that simply with having a tuner-only game. And Underground is a tuner-only game. People can bullshit and say, oh, it was supposed to have this. Cam, you know, it's supposed to have a P1 fucking concept in it that was made 25 years. No. You can say all that, you know, you can speak rubbish, basically. But Underground, on the release day, was a tuner-only game. It had, like, a Mustang GT, and that was about it. It had a few other exceptions. It had a Pontiac GTO, but it didn't have any classic muscle cars. It didn't have any exotics at all. So, you know, and people can go on for days and days and days about how Underground was supposed to have this and supposed to have that, but essentially, like, that's like saying, you know, well, GTA was supposed to be a top-down game. Nah, like, you can go on for days about how features were supposed to be in the game, like police and like this and exotics and whatever, but in the end of the day, the full release game didn't have any of it, so therefore you can't go say, you know, what if. Well, you can say what if, you know, you can say what if and say, oh, what if they did this, what if they did that, but really, you're living in dreamland, you know, it never was the case, and you can't really properly argue the point that exotics or, like, cops should be in an Underground game, because if you follow, you know, the series history, it never had it in it, so really, I don't understand the point of how people can say that this should be in the game, because it wasn't in the games. So that is just my personal opinion. Someone's probably disliked by now, and that's all cool. But that's just my personal opinion, you know. I mean, the whole row over whether police should be in the game or not. I mean, we could go on for days. People, you know, oh, it's found in the hidden game files that police should be in the game. Cam, you know, you're speaking shit. You're saying what if. You know, what if isn't what it was. You know, like, you know, when I leave YouTube, you can say, well, you know, he was going to do this. I didn't do that shit, you know. You gotta remember me for what I was. And what Underground was a tuner and some dash muscle, I guess you could say modern muscle car game that was based on street racing and street racing only, and it wasn't based on anything else. It was just street racing. You know, you can say what if it had police, and, you know, you can daydream for days and days, but it didn't. And I feel like with the new Need for Speed, they have to add police in for it to be, you know, like a successful Need for Speed game. They need to cater to that taste. And I personally think if they added it, A, it wouldn't be Underground. B, I don't think the gameplay mechanic would work necessarily. And I guess it all ties into, like, they're not black box. They can't, like, just do that. Like, it's hard. They can do it, don't get me wrong, they can do it, but it would be very hard. And I don't know, those are just my opinions personally. I personally don't think they should be in the game. You know, and I guess that's point number 2 really. Well, point number uno, dos, tres and cuatros is that, you know, they can't rip the soul out of what is the only game to this day, you know, that was made by Black Box. That's still, well, like, I'm talking from like 2003 to 2006 in this case. They can't take, you know, the biggest game in the franchise and completely rip it to shreds like they did with Most Wanted 2012 and ruin its legacy. For me, that would be like making a Fast and Furious 8 and ruining Paul Walker's legacy. That's what it would be like for me. You know, like, the game ended on a high. Just leave it there, you know. Just like James May said, you know, they left the fans wanting more, and that's how it should be. It's going to be remembered more because of that. And that's why I think Underground should be left, you know, left there in its holy grail. They shouldn't try to modify it or change it. It was beautiful in the way it was, and I think they should change that. They shouldn't change that, sorry. And those are my reasons as to why I believe Underground 3 shouldn't exist. Again, it's going to be a controversial video. I'll probably upset some people saying this, but it's my channel. You know, if you didn't enjoy this and you're mad at me for this video, unsubscribe, man. Like, you know, if you don't like my opinions, I've said this since the start of the channel, you can just go unsubscribe, man. Like, I don't mind. It's really up to you. But those are my opinions, and I guess that's my opinion as of today. Things will change. Like, people and my opinions will change, no doubt. But as of now, those are my opinions. So that's what I think about an Underground 3. That's my stance on an Underground 3. As for Need for Speed 2015, I personally hope it's a complete reboot of the series, with Underground elements in. Like, I do want it to have Underground elements in, but I don't want it to be an Underground game, and that's just my opinion. You know, like, you can go on for days about what it should be and what it shouldn't be, but those are my views on Underground 3. So, if you somewhat enjoyed this video, it seems like it's been a while since I've done one of these Need for Speed rants. So yeah, if you did enjoy, make sure to smack that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.